Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host, Matt McGregor, doing an impromptu Monday, Bloody Monday show. Look, the market is in free fall, and I just wanted to pre-record this show because I don't know if I'm available to do the show tonight with Tone. But I just throw this together quickly before I have to go out. Now, look, I'm known for two things. One, being one of the hardest hitters in IFC karate combat history, and two, making alpha numerics, which has the green diamonds in it. And if you don't know alpha numerics, if you don't know my work, links in the description below for 30% off an indicator that I think you really, really should add to your arsenal. But look, let's go straight into the charts and have a look. I just want to bring you one key point. Now, the market is in free fall, as everyone watching this knows already. Whatever time you're watching this, any point throughout the next week or so, that being the first sort of week of April in 2025, we're right now at a crucial point of the market. We're still currently, and this is a dud candle, obviously, it's a has to reprint, but we're at the absolute pinnacle of this uh, market structure where we are sitting right on the 50 simple moving average on the weekly time frame. I don't know if this will hold, right? It's historically been a really strong um, determiner if we are going to continue this bull market cycle, or if it's gets below that 50 simple moving average, it then acts as resistance on the upside, and it can be very treacherous. But I mean, the 50 simple moving average is absolutely key for me to find out if we're going to recover from this or not. And as it stands right now, it doesn't look good, does it? I mean, the Nikkei has been had its circuits breaker hit. The Australian stock market is in turmoil. I don't know what's going to happen when the US markets open, if they get some kind of relief rally, or if something happens, or if they get triggered, down and they just turn it off like they have in the rest of the world. But it looks very ominous for some kind of black swan event. But a black swan event is probably not what you would call this situation, because they will call it that. But I don't see this as a black swan event. This was a kind of like written in the cards since, for a few months now, that it's looked like it's been a bit scary. Um, Ever since that wave turned red, I sort of stayed away from the market completely. I've only put on three trades since then, and none of them have done much good. But I've been pretty much out of the market now. But this is the point of this show that I brought to you. I want to really talk about the green diamonds on alpha numerics. We're going to go way back to the genesis of block of alpha of Bitcoin here, as I've put on auto scale, um, and have a look at what I'm talking about. And people who've been watching me for a year know exactly what I'm going to say. People who've been watching me for 5, 7 years are going to know what I'm going to say, right? But this is so crucial for the new people, and for even people who know what I'm going to say, who have never historically listened to what I've said when I've said it in real time. All right. And that goes out to most of you. This is the first green diamond we ever had on a weekly time frame back in January of 2015. That is the bottom of the market, an absolutely insane buy, to which the market just sailed after that. Incredible. Incredible. Now, you can't go back in time that far, right? I mean, we all know what happened in the market. This is the second one. This is the first green diamond I ever purchased, and I'm still holding those positions today. That was at 3,100. We printed that green diamond. Remember when Tone called the crash back here in 2018? Well, I listened to him at that time, and I'm so grateful that I did, because a few weeks later, I went all in at this point. With it, that was my first serious purchase of Bitcoin. It set me up for life. That buy I did right there. Now let's move on a little bit further. Remember COVID, the black swan, the terrible black swan event. Now, this hasn't printed a weekly green diamond, all right? The price bounced midweek and closed at over $5,000. But believe me when I say, and you can put the replay function on, when the price was down at $3,000, that thing had flashed a weekly green diamond, and it's still there on the 3 day time frame. But that was a weekly green diamond that didn't print. So that's why it's not enough just to watch these shows for, or just to see when the green diamond's coming in. For the price of a a bad trade, you could have alphanumetrics set an alarm with 30% off, links in the description below, and get this green diamond in real time when it came in. I purchased that as well. I had not totally the bottom. I got one order filled at 3,800, but I just had from 5,000 all the way down to 3,000 just orders stacked, and it wicked through, picked them all up. And when it started bouncing about 4,500, I canceled those other orders that I had lower that weren't filled and entered all in. Got an average entry of like 4,500, something like that. Sensational. I'm still in those positions today. This is not a show. This will sound like I'm bragging, but this is an important point. These are life-changing buys. The thousands of trades I do every day, every year, compare pale in comparison to these few key position trade investment buys that I've put on green diamonds. There's been nothing like them. It allows me to live in Japan. It has changed my life forever. Then things went really good. We had the epic bull market, the double top bull market, the crash. And what do you know? Another green diamond came in at 17,000. I bought 17,777. I remember it distinctly because it was about 1 week prior to when I first met Tone in real life, in person at the Financial Summit in Bali. During my presentation at the Financial Summit in Bali, which was around October, it was a few weeks later, to be honest, but I had bought here. This was the week after the Financial Summit. I remember that really well, the day after the Financial Summit. In my presentation here on this week here in October, I was talking about this buy, this buy, this buy, how incredible that buy was. But it was how it was still relevant because the price hadn't moved at that point. So we're still in that zone, even we were below the point of 17,000 where I was hammering the table. This is the same thing as a green diamond right now because we're still at the same price as we were when that green diamond came in. And when the price dropped down lower, I bought more and it had an average entry of 17,100. I've been consistent with this. I've said it live on air 100,000 times. That was my average entry. A trade. Once again, I'm still in today. Still in today. 17,100. So that's 3,100. 3,000, $4,500 during the Black Swan event, and then $17,100. All trades I'm still in to this day. Why I'm bragging about these positions is because this is now what we're looking at once again. This scenario is on the table and you have to take advantage of it. This is a long-term buy and hold, just give it to your kids kind of opportunity. If this thing cracks down below the 50 simple moving average, it might happen in an hour like it did in a Black Swan event. This might happen over the next 6 months. I don't know, but it seems like this is likely to happen. Another weekly green diamond. And if it doesn't, you don't lose anything. Because if it market recovers and we get back above 88, fine. Fine. We've recovered. Fantastic. But this is the only thing you should be paying attention to. Forget all the politics, forget all the fundamentals, forget everything. Simply, if you just hyper focus on looking for a weekly green diamond, you'll thank me in 4 years, in 8 years. You will. The price can go lower. I would say you could start your DCA from that, but you have to have exposure when it comes in. And if you think about it in history, from those examples I've shown now, there's only been four examples I've shown, because that's it in the history of Bitcoin. That's it. There's only been four chances to do that. This could happen, and it could come in, and it could the price. Think about it like from $1,500 or what is it, $500, $3,000, $17,000. This might come in at $50,000. You can see that bottom being like like a curve as well, like a bell curve as well. So the price is actually growing with it. The highs are getting higher, the lows are getting higher, and you're getting in at a really good time. Anyway, I'm coming off screen share now. I thought that was going to be a 3-minute video. It went a bit long. I apologize for that. But I just think this is the most important time to pay attention. Anybody can sing when they're winning, when the price is sailing, but it takes a really, really good operator to pay attention when the sky is falling. Every book you've read, from Warren Buffett to Tone Vase, will tell you the same thing. And I'm telling it to you now. So have a wonderful day. Stay strong. and look out for these weekly green diamonds. Links in the description below. 30% off if you're interested in alphanumetrics, the indicator. Share it with your friends, and yeah, good luck. Happy hunting. Thanks, guys.